In this video, we're going to practice creating a half section. So open up the file called half section student 2018 and then save it as half section tutorial. All right, let's get into the cutting plane layer. So cutting, that's going to be our current layer. And the first thing we need to do is to make space for our cutting plane line. It's going to go right here and then out the front. So we need to get rid of these center lines. So this one we can just delete. So I'm going to click on it and delete. This one and this one we need to trim. So we'll trim that and trim that and then just delete these. All right, then we're going to do a line from here. I'm going to put on my quad. I'm going to need the quad to here. And then another line from here to here. All right, I'm going to extend these. So I'm going to lengthen them. So in the modify, we have a lengthen command. So I'm going to use that. And I'm going to do a delta and by 0.4. So I'm going to lengthen that and lengthen that. All right, so we need arrows on the end of these cutting plane lines to indicate the direction we're viewing the section view. We're going to create those arrows using a multi-leader, but we need to create a multi-leader style to do that. So I'm going to, well, I don't want to get into a multi-leader. I'm going to get into the Styles Manager, click on this little arrow here, and we're going to create a new one. We're going to call it cutting. We're going to make it annotative. Continue. And in the leader format, we're going to change the arrowhead size to 0.36 because the arrows are a little bigger than what you would see on a dimension. And then on the leader structure, we're going to deactivate the automatically include landing because we don't want a landing, we just want an arrowhead. All right, and in the content tab, we really don't want anything, any text or anything, so we're going to say none. So really we're just going to have an arrow and a line. All right, so we'll go OK here and set current and close. All right, so now we just need to put that arrow at the end of our cutting plane. And we're going to do that using the object snap tracking. So we'll have that. And click on the multi-leader. And we're going to acquire this point here. Go up approximately 0.75. Click and go down to the end point. And there you have your arrow. We can do the same here. Now there's a couple ways of looking at this. People sometimes just leave the arrow off of this one because you're not really viewing the section from that angle, and some people put it on. So it's really personal preference. I'm going to put it on. So I'm going to acquire this, go out approximately 0.75. Click and go back. So this arrow can be on, could be off. Both are correct. All right, so now let's focus on this view. So this half, the right half, is going to be sectioned. The left half is going to be in the round. So we need to prepare this view. All right, the side that's in the round will not have any hidden lines. So we need to get rid of all the hidden lines on this left side and anything associated with them. So we'll erase that and trim that. All right. And then on this side, all of the hidden lines will become visible. So I'm just going to select all those hidden lines and make it visible. Hit the escape key. And then all the external visible lines that are on the inside will go away. These outside visible lines, of course, will stay there, but the inside visible lines, like this one, will go away. So I'm going to trim that one. All right, so we're set up now to include our hatches. All right, so we want to get into the dimension layer. We're going to create a hatch. This is cast iron, so ANSI 31. And we're going to use pick point. So we're going to pick a point everywhere material has been cut. And it's been cut here and here. And the scaling looks okay, the angle looks okay. So I'm going to leave that alone. And that's really all there is to creating a half section. Just making sure you get rid of the hidden lines on the unsectioned half, changing the hidden lines on the sectioned half to visible lines, and getting rid of all the visible lines on the outside that go away.